This is Tyhson Banighen with the Healing Hour for November 21st, 2017. And this is the Energy Detective live for you in the next hour. This is the talk show on BeLive TV. So we're heading over to the Dowsing Energy Healing closed Facebook group, and we're going to be looking at the requests there. So one of the things that came up was if you're not getting accurate answers when dowsing, then I really suggest before you douse the next 21 times, you state your birth name. So according to Amy Jo Ellis, who was on the wellness show for the last 3 shows on the Court of Atonement, said the way that you really want to be grounded and in your body is to state your name 3 times. So you could say, in my holy name, in my case, I, Tyhson Banighen, or Tyhson Banighen, Tyhson Banighen, Tyhson Banighen. That grounds me. That connects me to the earth. And when you're connected to the earth, and then you're going to be in a primary position in order to do accurate dowsing. Also, for the next 21 times that you douse, you not only could state your birth name, but then say, every time I douse, I only want the answers from my higher self connected to source. And you say that 3 times. So every time I douse, I only want the answers from my higher self. When I douse, I only want the answers from my higher self. Now, when you do this for 21 days, in some people's belief system, it takes 21 days to establish a new habit. After 21 days, that means that your subconscious is going to automatically run this program. And that will become part of your dowsing protocol. So, for example, other aspects that you could include in your dowsing program or protocol are, every time I douse, I ask for assistance from my light team. And your light team, like my light team, consists of Archangel Michael, or the beings of 100% of the divine light, or ascended masters who have walked the earth before and achieved enlightenment, or it could be my guardian angels, or it could be my spirit guides, or it could be my spirit doctors, or it could be my vision quest animals, or all of the above or some of the above. But every so often it's really important to be clear who's on your light team and who you're asking for assistance and who you want to ask to assist you in the dowsing and be part of your dowsing protocol. I also suggest that at least once a month, or at least every quarter, maybe during the equinox or solstice, you do a cleanup of your light team. So it would be, I thank all beings who are on my light team that have been in service to me, and I thank you for your assistance. I request for the next duration of time that only those beings who have been on planet Earth and achieved enlightenment, because my personal goal is to be enlightened in this lifetime, and I would like to be guided by those that have been on earth and have had that experience and know what that involves. For example, that may be your request. So it's really good to be clear about who's on the light team. Another thing in preparation to get accurate answers when dowsing is to say, can I, should I, may I? And then I love the question, and is there any reason why not? So can I, am I capable of doing that right here, right now? And the answer is yes, you proceed. So can I, may I? Is this a good time? Like, am I hydrated? Is it the right time of day? So can I, may I, should I? Is it the right question that I'm asking? So if you get can I, should I, may I, and they're all a yes answer, they're ready to proceed. But I like to say, is there any reason why not, which is a no answer. The reason I like that is I don't like to want to just go, yes, 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 I'm ready to go. I want to think about the questions I'm asking and wait for the answers so I'm really clear before I start dowsing. Okay? So if you're not getting accurate, accurate answers when you douse, then those are the 3 things I highly recommend. 1, when I douse, I only want my answer from my higher self connected to source, number 1. Number 2, When I dowse, I only want assistance from my light team. Number 2. And before I dowse, I want 4 clear answers. Can I, may I answers? And is there any reason why not, which is a no. And if you've got all that in order, guaranteed you'll have accurate dowsing. If for some other reason that you don't, then the last thing I would do, or maybe it's the first thing that you should do. In fact, when I think about it, when I teach dowsing, the first thing I have you do is take your dowsing instrument and put them in your hands and then blow on them. It's your breath of light. You're the divinity. You're the one that's in charge. And these dowsing tools are your antenna, just like the antenna on a bug. They're the way to help you be hypersensitive to pick up the energy accurately. So you want to imbue them with your breath. So I would breathe on them 3 times and imagine speaking to the spirit of your tools, saying, I'm building a relationship with you so that we can have accurate answers together by being connected to source. So there you are. Those are a few tips and help you to get accurate answers. All right. Just a short word about the Canadian Society of Questers. It's a group of dowsers all across British Columbia into Alberta and some around the world. We get together once or twice a year, all conference and in Salmon where I live. I'm on the board of directors. So if you want to meet other questers and you want to, which are people that dowse and who are energy healers, and they get together periodically for conferences with guest speakers, then you might want to head over and become, like that Facebook page. And there's a link on the Dowsing and Energy Healing close to head over and like that. And you can head over also to www.questers.ca and take a look at the society and you'd like to be part of. We will be redoing our journal, which is a quarterly journal. That will be coming up soon. Very nice journal, full of excellent articles. So if that's something you want to do, you want to broaden your reach, meet more like-minded people, not only in the Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group, but you could join the Canadian Society of Questers. So there's a plug for you. So we're standing by for any of your toll-free call, 1-866-369-7464. So I'm now on the closed Facebook group for the Dowsing and Energy Healing, and I'm about to answer questions there. Yeah, somebody requested that the possibility of having a dowsing buddy to practice with, and I thought that was a great idea. So there's 41 people in the group that are looking for their buddy to help them learn how to dowse and get accurate answers. And if you use the protocol that I just suggested for you, you have a buddy to practice with, you will never look back and you know how to dowse accurately and get answers that you rely on. Okay, we're moving on to Personal Clearing Tuesday. We have 3 comments there, so let's see what the requests are. The requests for Tuesday are, what do you want to have help with to clear or let go of today? This could be trauma, unresolved emotions, family of origin, past life, matriarchal or patriarchal lineage, or inner child. And the comments and requests are as follows. Diane Marshall, she would like self-acceptance of my inner power so there's no fear. Stacy Williams says procrastination and clutter. I think we've dealt with these ones before, but I'm sure there's others that have the similar ones. For my father, the trauma experience when he was mugged in Florida. For Sandra, Shannon wants to clear family of origin. And I, of course, suggested you all to join me live on the show. And Monique wants to deal with the roots of suicide during the holidays. And that's a good one. We're coming up to the holidays right now. So, yes, so while I am doing these clearings for you, my goal is for you to learn how to do these clearings. And so that every time you come on this Facebook page and you see Monique wants some help in clearing the roots of suicide during holidays, and you think, wow, that's a really good one, that you'll then do the short clearing to create an energy field that assists Monique and puts that intention out into the energy field, into the quantum field, so that that change and transformation can happen. So let's do that. So the words that I'm using that can be altered for any situation that you want to clear are called the short form of the deep clearing. So if you head over to the Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group, you scroll down in the left hand CS files. Click on the files and then you'll see the short clearing. Click on that and download it and then follow along. You'll see that there's a section which says open brackets and then close brackets. So the wording is exactly the same each time you do it, although you can modify it towards your own needs and wants. But in the open brackets, you put in exactly what you want to clear in the open and close brackets, and then you continue on with the words. So try that out and see if that's something that you like and that you get some results from. So let's do that for Monique. So let's, because it's a really good one, with Christmas coming up. So spinning my pendulum counterclockwise, it would go like this. I translate, transmute, transfigure, heal and repair all non-beneficial energies in and around my being associated with the roots of suicide, particularly during holidays. And I undertake this clearing through the multidimensional levels of reality and throughout all time, space, and dimensions, both known or unknown. And I see we have Jonathan Birkinshaw in the lobby here. So let's see if we can add him to the broadcast here. So welcome, Jonathan. Can you hear me? Whoop, we lost Jonathan. So Jonathan, you were in the lobby. I was to put you in, and you disappeared off the face of the earth. So come on back in, and you can join me live on the call. Okay, the next request is from Nadine. And Nadine says she wants to deal with unresolved anger, please. And if possible, whatever prevents me from completing anything. Thank you. Yes, so procrastination. So just as a reminder, I was over in the Court of Atonement, which is Amy Jo Ellis's new page that she's doing for weight loss, but it's far more than weight loss. And one of the ones that she's focused on, one of the days is focused on procrastination. So this would be, if we were going to use the Court of Atonement, it would be in the case of Nadine, it would be I, Nadine, excuse me about your last name, Lachlan Singh. I, Nadine Lachlan Singh, I, Nadine Lachlan Singh, call your name 3 times. Call a full Court of Atonement with my result anger. And I call in any beings who have angered me and any beings I may have angered. And I call for a resolution of all misunderstandings between me and others and the vibration and energy of procrastination. And then for me, I would say, and I declare it so be it, it is done. Thank you. So that would be in a Court of Atonement where I'd ask the upper levels in the spirit realms at the angelic level and beyond, to help resolve that. I'd also, if I was doing a clearing, which you can also do, I would say, state my name. So it would be I, Nadine, or in this case, I'll do it for both of us. So I, spinning my pendulum counterclockwise, right? I, Nadine Lachlan Singh, undertake this clearing throughout the multidimensional levels of my being. any project that I undertake. And I clear and link on thank you for the video, and this for thank you. I did so be it done. Okay, that's what you would do for procreation or to get whole. So let's do it. I will undertake on enough to do with under from any and all unknown levels of patriarchal middle or fractions all but being anger. And I asked my light team for their assistance, and I declare it so in my holy name, so be it. And I do I do the Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. I declare it so. So be it. It is done. So there you are. That's what I would do for anger. And then once I've done that, I would say, I now install on behalf of everybody on this call or listening to this call that joy replace anger. So every time that I have the mere thought of anger, I am given the motion of joy because I have this choice in every moment. I choose joy over anger. And every time I have joy, it gives me great pleasure. I'm connected to Source and to all that is unfolding on planet Earth. And I declare it so, so be it. It is done. So it's always important that once you clear what you don't want, to always install what you do want. And once you've done this enough, then you can really just focus on installing what you do want. But in the beginning, it's really important to know that you have the divine right as a sovereign human being to clear what you don't want, right? It's much better to clear what you don't want than just to complain. But it's even better to install what you do want, right? So don't do half the job by clearing what you don't want. Please remember to install what you do want. Okay, so there you are. That was that clearing. We're standing by for your toll-free call if you'd like to have some assistance. It's 1-866-Dowsing or 1-866-369-7464. I noticed that there's one number missing, so we better do that again. Let's see if we can do that. Please fill in this field. Okay, so waiting for your call here, and then we're going to go back to the requests that have come into the Dowsing and Energy Healing Facebook group. There's also a link on the Facebook Live if you're listening to this call, where you can just click the link and join me live on this call. So I know Jonathan nearly did it and just about got in before he disappeared. So why not have you next? Oh, here comes Jonathan again. Okay, so we're just going to show that. So comments from Facebook Live will be posted here and will be on as well. Will be right there. He is to the broadcast. I hope that was a good drink you're having there, Jonathan. There you are. Welcome to the show.
It said my name 3 times, so I had to return. That's how it works.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, otherwise you'd be spooked. So welcome to the show, and there you are. And it's great to have you on board. So what's up in your life?
Essentially just creation mode, holiday creation mode, being a contribution and seeing what people would be interested in on a good old Black Friday sale or invitation to kind of go deep within the soul to shift, clear, or transmute whatever is kind of going on for them. But I really like earlier questions on holiday stressors and as people come together with their families, how they can process what's kind of showing up for them, because just because we're on this path doesn't necessarily mean they're on the similar path, and how we can all kind of break bread together without being overly stressed about it. And despite how many courses we may take or sages we seek wisdom from, there's times we do still get stressed from that great Aunt Dolores and Uncle Tom with his views and the rest of our family. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's certainly what Monique Sage was asking. She said the roots of suicide during holidays is what she wanted to clear. And yes, this is a really stressful time for many, many people. And of course, if you're on a spiritual path or becoming a light worker or new age or whatever you want to use those labels, or no labels whatsoever, if you want to be label-free product in the world, then really your test is to go home and have a holiday visit with your parents or with your family. Because guess what? All your buttons are going to get pushed, and they're going to want to expect that you're going to be right where you were the last time they saw you. And if you're not in that pigeonhole, they're going to be upset. So your greatest test is to see how stressed out you cannot be when you're actually in the presence, and how long you can last before you need to take a breather in the bathroom and get your proverbial shit together and then come back out and start all over again. I know I used to do that with my mother, and I think my record was, when I started, was less than a minute. Mm-hmm. So I would be with my mother and be unstressed, and then she would start the long list of things that she expected me to do. And 1 minute later, I'd be back in my pigeonhole, almost like a blubbering idiot, back in being the little boy trying to satisfy my mom. So what I'm saying is it's a great opportunity to see where you are. So, Jonathan, are you going to offer an opportunity for people to come and do access with you, or do other ways to clear this and get back into their normalcy during this holiday season?
Yeah, they can connect on facebook.com/level of access, as we currently have our other personal site and everything else being under construction right now. Also, I'd recommend, if you are with your family and you need to pop out to create some space, don't necessarily light sacred smudge outside and douse yourself and then jump back in. They'll just think you're smoking pot. And they might want some, which is always a great gift among this holiday season as well. But yeah, essentially through the facebook.com/level of access. And then once we get the website up, we'll have more specials and awarenesses and guests kind of exploring how people can dive deeper on it. So stay tuned for that. Or if you want to connect there, just send a message to the page, and then we can do a deep level Akashic record clearing and exploring the hows and whys. Because in the realm of the Akasha, there is no time, and we can kind of explore some past contracts to shift, clear, heal, whatever might be kind of happening throughout. But especially, like you said, through the holiday season, I think a lot of it too is picking up on the projections and, like you said, the expectations of as we shift and change, we're not necessarily recognized for those shifts, and also being aware of what your family might require. Not to say not to be yourself, it's just being aware of the words they can receive during the holiday season. And if you get the sense they're not open to receiving a lot of what you have to share on your latest adventures at Mount Sinai, then perhaps flavor it different in a language they can understand is always a good tip and trick and technique. And if it's a very hardcore Christian-based family, you just start quoting off the 12 gifts of the Spirit. There you go. Break out Corinthians and talk about.
Well, I do remember one traumatic experience for me at Christmas, and I do remember that I lost one of my best friends because in the 70s we were doing. What would you say? Well, we'll just say it. We were doing LSD. And so I did a trip on LSD and received the opportunity of God consciousness. But along with the God consciousness came the inability to communicate on the human level in any way that was coherent. So, in any way that anybody else could understand. So I kept my mouth shut. But to go to somebody's friend and their family for Christmas, not saying anything, I was not very popular. And I didn't dare open my mouth because I didn't know how to communicate what it was that I was experiencing. So I looked like a bit of an idiot through that whole Christmas, not saying anything with a big smile on my face. So I guess there's a moral to that story: is don't do LSD before Christmas, visiting your friends. And also, be really careful about stressors around the holiday season. It's not your time to do your, to do your sweats and do the deep inner work and then expect to go and be with your family. So they're two different things. This is your period of time to test to see how you're doing and whether you can hold your own no matter what, your sovereignty, your sense of self-worth when you're with those that expect you to not have changed a bit when actually you have. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that you're offering that. I know that Janet Charette, who's staying in the cottage here and doing an intensive, is inviting people to join her to do a live experience with her in the cottage for those that want to experience some theta clearing as well. So these are great opportunities for those that would like to combine the opportunity to do the deeper work at this time of the holidays when all of these motions come up. So that's a great opportunity. Mm-hmm. So great. Thank you, Jonathan. That's great. So what sort of other clearings do you have? I know that the last time that clearing that you did was a really powerful one. I tried to put it onto, and I think I actually did post it, but it's pretty garbled. It's pretty hard to hear, unfortunately. Hopefully the sound's a little better.
Operating beyond the technology.
And even this one, even this one, you're breaking up a bit. So it was breaking up on whose end? Because the last time it sounded like I was breaking up, it was actually, it wasn't me breaking up, or sorry, the person I was interviewing, they sounded like they were breaking up, when in actual fact they were crystal clear. It was me that was breaking up, but on this end it sounded like they were breaking up. So anyway, this technology, we just need to bless it.
We don't break up. If we have to shift,
dealing with higher frequency.
Well, that's the thing too.
What's that? What did you say?
I hope we're not breaking up, and if so, I can shift, change, and clear to fit within our relationship paradigm here. So it is, like you said, there is a lot of deep levels going on, and I think as far as families going and clearing, that's a good one to keep in mind, is also being aware of, obviously through the holiday season, entities are out there, and I have my unique views on entities in general, but especially if you're at an event or a social gathering and there is lots of wobbly pops around and people are drinking, just kind of being aware of how many entities are present and perhaps even energetically clearing the room or asking those present to shift or step outside during that season. Just because obviously, as you know, they're always looking for an opportunity to jump in or make a contract deal to claim a new body or a new vessel for the night. So that would probably be a good sense as well, is tapping in with your energetic team when you go to these events, or even taking a step farther and seeing where your energy's at. And if you do sense that you're really getting pulled into there, like you said, just take a break. Let's go into the washroom, look in the mirror, and see what is required here to shift, change, or heal, or perhaps even expand your energy out so you're not even at the effect of what's kind of taking place. But it's one thing to be present in it, but it's another thing to hold your ground and just kind of recognizing where they're at and not necessarily engaging in that contract or conversation, if that makes sense. Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense. One thing you can, your personal power and stand in your truth, and your energy field becomes brighter because you're running more energy or more kundalini or prana, or however you want to define it, that you're a brighter being, and you're going to attract those forces that want to actually go to the light. It's not necessarily that they're entities that want to jump in for any reason to control you, but they can be beings that are actually looking for a way back to the light. So one of the things that you can do is just make the soul contract that you don't mind serving those beings and helping to them to go to the light, but they can do it through your aura. Not so. In other words, if you got that any spiritual being seeking the light, that they can go, say, to the upper right hand corner of the room. There will be a portal for them, in which they'll be met to the other dimension. That when you're in a room full of beings that are looking for the light, you're creating a way home for them, and that they're not going to piggyback in your aura. You can also, like Jonathan said, actually clear the room as you go in. Here's another way you can do it. But certainly you can sort of girth your own loins before you go in the room. You can say, I'm free and clear, I'm a sovereign human being, and I stand in my truth so that all beings who want to enter my auric field do not have an opportunity to do that. And then you can clear yourself before you go back into your house. So for me, I have a little sign on my back door which says clearing ground, which reminds me, all right, you're going outside of your home, which is your sanctuary. You need to be on guard. You don't need to be overly, worried about it. But remember that you're in other people's turf. You want to be clear and grounded, not picking up stuff. And when you come home, you want to clear and ground before you bring that stuff through the door. So just techniques and ways in which to keep yourself clean. Take a shower, take a spiritual shower.
Yeah, exactly. And if it
Great points.
Yeah, it helps be visual. Just kind of imagine that energetic spacesuit, and then, like you said, before you go in, you unzip, put it on the side, and walk into your place in space. And sometimes I like what you have at your house, and I've seen people even have little tools at their door, symbols that auto clear as you enter in the space. And also, if you are having guests at your house, you can program crystals as well, and have them on your grid, or you can tie in some sacred geometry as well, and set the program. Only those of truth or holding in their light can enter my space, or things like that. And it's kind of neat what can show up, and those that can't process that or handle that will just naturally either not come in the first place, or they'll choose to leave as well. So it is kind of neat what you can have in the background, behind the scenes, or even have sound frequencies on low in the background during the festive music. So even though it's a couple octaves, it's actively clearing the space as well. So there's a lot of little things you could do. Or if you feel
definitely that you can get from David.
Sorry, what's that?
Oh, go ahead. I was interrupted you.
Or if you feel super.
I was just saying that David Allison has frequencies that you can use, that you can put on your smartphone and take with you, and they're silent. You can run them in the background, and nobody will know. And if you're working in residential areas, where you're actually a caregiver, I strongly recommend that you get those programs. They're for free, and run them on your phone. It will clear every place that you go with your clients, and how they're going to be a lot happier. You're going to be a lot happier, and you're going to have less piggybackers in your energy field at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So Jonathan and I are here to answer any of your calls or any of your requests. It's 1-866-369-7464. The toll-free number, North America, it's on your screen. So give us a call and we'll answer your question right here live in the show. If you want to join us like Jonathan did, you just click the link. It's where the broadcast is. You'll see it says be live and a link. Click the link and you'll come into the lobby here. We'll see that you're showing up, and then you'll be right beside Jonathan and I and get to participate in the show. So take your pick. Phone in toll free, 1-866-369-7464, or click that link. So we're standing by for your call. I was over here in the Dowsing and Energy Healing Facebook group going through all the requests here and seeing if we cover them all. So somebody we asked, Hoshmarth asked, has anyone traveled in time through the radiesthesia? Do you think that's possible? Is there anyone in the group who knows this technique? I don't know this technique. I don't even know what it is. The radiesthesia is actually, I think, another word for radionics and using radionics charts, if I remember correctly. And I don't know how you can travel using a radionics chart. Now, I may be wrong. So if Hosmar, Hosmarh, if you could get back to me and ask that question in a different way, I might be able to help you, because now I'm really curious. All right, other people. Jen Malcolm says, thanks for signing me in here. Da-di-da-di-da. And then we have some clearing requests for buildings on Monday. So building clearing Monday. Which hospital, school, prison, graveyard, etc. do you want help with to clear today? Please give the full address. And there are 6 comments. So let's see what we've got. So Amy, we're going to help you clear that Carl Jr. 89282 Truckman Way, Northeast Salem in Oregon, and Nancy Black Woods. We're going to clear that Homestead Nursing and Rehab in Bayard, Texas. And Lynn Cacio, CACIO, we're going to clear the St. Catherine's of Sena Hospital and Medical Center in Kings Park, New York. And NACO Love, we're going to do 11829 Elkwood Street in Los Angeles.
I am off.
And Cincinnati Quinn, you're in the lobby. So I don't see you quite here. Let's see if we can get you in on the call. So Cynthia, I can't see you. Can you hear me? Do you have your camera on? Aren't you back out until you can come in a way that we can see you? All right, Cynthia, so we're going to wait for you to come back. Jonathan must have signed off. So, Cynthia, we're going to wait for you to come on by camera, or you can certainly call in as well if you would like on the toll-free number 1-866-369-7464. So, Cynthia, I can't see you on camera yet, so I'd like to add you to the broadcast. All right, so Natalie Jerry Wilson says, thanks for sharing. Thank you for participating. And Gersh Gilman says, thank you. And Catherine Zeeler says, sorry to hear. Keep me updated as you can. I don't know what that's about, but and Christina Nekapal says, God. Okay, well, that's great. And so thank you for the comments. And don't forget that you can phone in toll free. And the number is on your screen, 1-866-369-7464. And there's also a link. All right, Cynthia's coming in here by phone here. Hi, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the call. I saw you come in to the lobby, but I couldn't see you. Was your camera not working, or what was going on?
I don't know. I could see myself on the camera in the lower right corner, but that's all.
All right. Well, let's do your clearing, and then why don't you come on back in and see if we can make it work, just out of curiosity. So what would you like some help with today?
Boy, I'm not sure. I'm just having, I'm in a lot of pain.
Okay.
But I've been clearing a lot of old stuff out of my energy field, and it just seems like I have to talk about it sometimes to someone, and I'm worried about going to Thanksgiving and not being able to shut the heck up and, and embarrassing myself.
Yeah, I know the feeling. So here's what I suggest. So let's do a little clearing around this right now. So this is called, well, I won't tell you what the technique is. Are you open to just doing a technique online?
Sure.
All right. So where's the pain the most in your body right now?
Right now, it's my whole body, but my left knee hurts the most.
All right. So I put your hand on your left knee, and on a scale of 0 to 10, how strong? With 10 is right off the chart. How strong is it?
Well, now that I put my hand on there, it's not as bad.
Well, that's step one. That's great.
I almost fell down, so it goes from about a 7 to a 9, I'd say.
Okay. So what is it right now in this moment?
Right now, sitting down, it's probably about a 3.
All right. No, let's just clear it at a 3. Okay. So put your hand on your knee, and I want you to not think about this. This is not a brain exercise. This is just being with the pain in your knee. Don't try and fix it. Don't try and change it. Don't try and make it go away. Just sit with it. Right?
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to carry on, and I'm going to tune back in with you and try and stay out of your head, okay? So we were in the midst, and I'm just going to go over to the Dowsing Energy Healing. We were just getting ready to do all the clearing for all these different addresses. So I'm going to continue on with that and then get back to you. So Lorinda de Ana says she'd like to clear up an hospital intensive care unit underground floor in Roma in Italy, so we'll do that as well. And Monique would like to do the Naval Hospital Labor and Delivery Unit in Palms, California. So we're going to do all of that right now. So I'm going to spin my pendulum counterclockwise. And don't forget, everybody, that you can clear these places yourself by heading over to the Dowsing Energy Healing closed Facebook group, left-hand column, find the files and find the short clearing, download it, and then just follow along with words similar to what I'm about to say. So I, Tyhson Banighen, in my holy name, undertake the clearing requests for all the buildings, properties, and all the geopathic stress in and around or passing through these buildings. And I ask for the assistance of my light team to remove any non-beneficial energies, karmic forces, hooks, or any other intrusions into the energy fields of these buildings or geopathic stress from any and all sources known or unknown, and undertake this clearing through the multidimensional levels of reality and throughout all time, space, and dimensions, both known or unknown. And I declare it so in my holy name, so be it. And because buildings are extensions of humans and they pick up and hold the trapped emotions from humans, let's do the Ho'oponopono prayer. So I love you, all you buildings, and I'm sorry that humans don't know and don't know how to and don't clear you. So I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, because if we did, we'd take care of you better. So I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. I declare it so, so be it. It is done. So I'm just letting the pendulum to continue to swing counterclockwise. And I'm just going to now tune in and see on a scale of 0 to 100, 100 being free and clear, how these buildings are doing. And they're free and clear. So great. So that's done. So I'm coming back to you on the call. And how are you doing, Cynthia?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
All right. On a scale of 0 to 10, where are you?
Let me stand up and check it.
All right.
Oh, it's much better.
Great. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how strong is it when you're standing up?
It's probably about an 8.
Okay. So back down you sit. Keep your hand there. Keep out of your head. But this time I want you to do a deep breath. So I want you to imagine the yin-yang symbol. Do you know the yin-yang symbol?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to imagine it in your high heart. Do you know where your high heart is?
No.
Just above your heart in the center of your body. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I want you to have that white that white seed spinning with the black seed, and it's just rotating. It's a ball of energy with two seeds, one white, one black, and it's spinning now in the center of your heart, high heart, just above just by your breastbone, right? Okay.
Okay.
Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Okay, so now I want you to take a deep breath, which is the pranic energy coming from source, all the way down through your crown chakra, down to that high heart, and lighting up that spinning yin-yang symbol, and lighting up the white. Bright light on the white. Can you see that? Can you feel that? So,
yeah.
Okay, now bring that breath in, and then I want you to sigh on the exhale, open your arms, and give all that light, that bright light, to the world. Can you do that? So first breath, I'll do it with you. First breath, and then you sigh on the exhale and go, ah, and you give all that energy to the earth. Right. One more. Great, and one more. I'll say, I'm now connected to heaven.
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 And if you don't like the word heaven, you can say, I'm now connected to source. Or you can say, I'm now connected to God. Or I'm now connected to the infinite. Whatever words suit you. Okay, in the next three breaths, same type of breath, but this time I want you to go to the heart of Mother Earth, the center of Earth. Bring that warm earth energy like a warm blanket up and spin the black energy in that yin-yang symbol in your high heart. And sigh on the exhale and give it to the whole planet. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, first breath. Great. Second breath. Third breath. Great. Say, I'm now grounded to earth.
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 Now say, I'm now connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
I'm now connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
I'm now connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
I'm now connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
All right, and one last time.
I'm now connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
All right, now tune in to that area on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being off the chart. Where are you?
Oh, it depends on if I move. It's better.
Okay.
It's gone to about a 6.
All right.
When I tuned a certain way, it was an 8.
Okay. So the thing is that what do you know so far in what we've been doing?
I'm feeling whatever energy is in there is leaving.
Right. And so that's great. So how is it leaving?
Well, it feels like the swelling's going.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah.
So what's the process? So I want you to just tell me the process so you'll remember for the next time. So the first process we use, we call that the instant miracle, which is stay out of your head, stay in your body, and just stay with the pain area. Don't try and change it. Don't try and make it go away. That's the instant miracle. So immediately you had a drop of 2 on that, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's the instant miracle. Then we added the 3 breath technique, bringing in 3 breaths of prana from connected to source, 3 breaths from the Divine Mother, from the earth energy, spinning them in your high heart, giving it to the rest of the world. That act of receiving and giving, that's gratitude, and that shifted the energy as well. So those are 2 different techniques which will help you every time you're in pain. remember that your body's trying to tell you something, that there's trapped energy, and what you want to do is just move the energy out of your system. You want to learn from your emotions like pain, but you want to learn what you need to learn from your body and then let it go. So those are two techniques to just listen to your body and let it go. So let me ask. Go ahead.
I feel it coming from my head.
All right.
And moving. So it started when I bumped my head the other day.
All right.
And there were different parts of the body that got affected, and it wound up affecting the knee.
All right. So I want you to go back to the head and find the area that you bumped. Okay. Have you got your area bumped?
Yeah.
All right. So I want you to clap your hands together 3 times. Okay, now rub them back and forth, and then separate them. And can you feel the energy flow from one hand to the other?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so now I want you to, there's a light. So these are energies now. Take it to the tips of your finger. Move that energy to the tips of your finger. Then imagine fingers of light that for the next 2 to 3 inches, they're light coming off the end of your fingers. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. So now with your dominant hand, I want you to go up to that area where you bumped, right?
Okay.
Okay, now put your fingers, cup your fingers and put it around that sore area on your head, right? And that means your fingers of light are going in to where it's sore, right?
Okay.
Through the skin. Now I want you to rotate your fingers of light 3 times. First turn, second turn, third turn, and pull the energy out and flick it into an imaginary flame for transmutation. Okay? Now back in, turn once, turn twice, 3 times, pull, and then put it into the flame. And one last time, reach in with your fingers of light, cup the energy with your fingers of light, first turn, second turn, third turn, bring it out, flick it into the fire for transmutation. All right, now tune back in to your knee and tell me where you are on a scale of 0 to 10.
Pop back into place.
What's that?
It popped back into place.
It put it back into play, okay. And so it's the same number it was before?
No, it's much better.
Okay.
It's more like a 6.
Okay, great. Okay, so there we have Instant Miracle, we have 3 deep breaths, and we have fingers of light. Those are 3 techniques that you can use to not only heal, but bring your pain level threshold down, right? So let's do one more. I'm being guided to do one more, so we'll do 4 for you, which is fire, air, earth, and water. So let's do one more. So this one is, you probably already know this one. I just want you to take the energy wherever it is in your pain body. Imagine that there's a neural network of the fibers of the pain, which it is. It's all fibers, it's all neurons, and it's all your bioelectrical field. And I want you to imagine right through the bottom of your feet that it's going out of the bottom of your feet like a grounding rod, and it's just pouring out the bottom of your feet, all this excess energy, and it's going to the center of the earth to be transmuted. Can you imagine that? Just let the energy flow through. If you need to pull new energy in to flush it through, just open your crown chakra, bring the white light energy through, bathe your whole body with white light, and let that pain just flow through, grounding to the earth, and pull the white light through, and let the grounding go to the earth, pull the white light through, and let the pain grounding go to the earth, okay? 3 times. Okay, I'm doing it with you. It really feels good in my body. It's not that I'm in pain, but it's just like just doing like a flushing of the whole system. It's just like, wow, it's just like white light just flushing through the whole system and clearing it, whatever no longer serves us, into the center of the earth. Wow, I like that one. All right. I'm getting a picture of it like a waterfall. So imagine a waterfall of white light just pouring through you. And at the foot of the waterfall are all that, the drainage is through the bottom of your feet, taking all the pain and all that no longer serves you out the bottom of your feet. All right. So tune in and on a scale of 0 to 10, and where are you?
Oh, wow, it's about a 3.
All right, great. So I'm going to leave you with that. And thank you for showing up on the call. You've got 4 different ways to clear. And thanks for bringing that up so that I could share that with everybody. So everybody listening to the call now or in the future, you have 4 ways in which to ground and deal with any pain in your body or to clear anything that no longer serves you.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. So have your best day ever. And don't forget, you can always choose what you want in your life. And if you don't want pain, then remove it from your body with compassion and love for yourself. And try not to bump into things.
Okay.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. That was Cynthia Quint. Thanks for showing up. And that's 4 ways to clear your energy field of what no longer serves you. And we're standing by now and see if Cynthia's going to come back in and try the lobby section and see if she can join us live to demonstrate that this technique is possible. So we're standing by. The toll-free number is on the screen. It's 1-866-369-7464. We're standing by for your call. We've got a few more minutes. We've got time for one more call. I'm just going to head over to the Dowsing and Energy Healing Closed Facebook group. We just finished doing all the clearing for the buildings on Monday. I'm just going to scroll down and thank all the new members. We're now at 2,031 members. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for asking questions. I think Jonathan's coming back into the lot. I don't see him yet. I will put him into the show. Yeah, there's a man here that is asking about whether anybody can help a man in Canada with liver failure. He's new to alternative medicine. He's tired of doctors and pills. Well, yeah, but one thing he can do is, what is his body trying to tell him? Why, liver has to do with anger. And so, what is it that he's not dealing with? What's making him angry? And if you could begin to answer that question, then start to curl. I've got 2 people in the lobby. Let's see if we can bring them in. So Cynthia, let's see if we can bring her in with Jonathan. And that would be 2 people to actually be able to show. So Cynthia, I see you, but I can't see. I mean, I put you in from the lobby. I'm going to do this with Jonathan here. Put Jonathan in as well. So Jonathan, you are also in the broadcast.
Yes.
But I can't see you. And Cynthia, you are in the broadcast area, and I can't see you either. So both of you are live on the show, and your names are on the screen, but I can't see you. So check your cameras.
Yeah.
Okay? Check your cameras, and if you can hear me, say something.
Oh, yeah. It's
interesting. Obviously, we haven't got this technique quite to work yet. So I'm just going to take both Cynthia and Jonathan out and see if we can get them back in to the show live again. All right, so Cynthia, let's see if you can turn your camera on and we can get you back in the show. So I'm still waiting for you to see the camera on camera. I'm about to put you in again. You are on the screen, but I still can't see you. Interesting. So the camera's not working for some reason. So I'm going to put you back out again. All right, so Jonathan, I see you're showing up too, but again, I can't see your camera. So there you are. So let's put you back in here. So we're going to put you back. There you are.
Hi.
Yeah. So, Jonathan, what did you learn from the technique of coming in and out of the show that you can share with other people so they can learn how to do that? What was happening? Was it your camera off or what?
Well, it was actually showing up on the actual live feed on Facebook there. I'm not sure if it was the audio element, but I know with this software, if you are using, it is Chrome. You have to go in through Google Chrome because I've tried through other angles here. But this last time, I just entered in the team chat on the bottom corner, just kind of said there, and next thing you know, it popped on up. So I'm glad it's being received on your end. We've talked about higher energies and technologies before, and obviously the crystals in our computers and obviously everything else involved to transmit this. Sometimes we operate at different frequencies. So, but I'm just glad that it seems to be working.
Reason why I wanted to keep it this small.
Yeah, so there's noise in your background. So where are you, Jonathan?
I am in Calgary, Canada, by the fireplace here. So it's a beautiful time to be out and about. It's nice chill weathers to go outside in shorts to enjoy yourself. And as far as that gentleman's concerned with the liver failure, I'd be happy to connect in or refer him out to some pretty talented, skilled people, depending on where in Canada he is and what he's open to trying, whether it's going in and clearing or even connecting him in through a radionics or even different sources. We can get a sense of.
All right, Jonathan, so why don't you, after the Dowsing and Energy Healing Close Facebook, and scroll down, you're looking for Philip, a Bloedow, BLOEWOW, who's putting this request in on behalf of somebody else, and maybe you could private message him or put a comment in that you're willing to work with him. That's great.
And I'm happy to do anyone. I still get messages from people in Australia reaching out for suggestions or awarenesses on things. We're all connected in the same source field, and me being a contribution to you it's also a contribution to me too, and everyone else. So happy to help.
All right, so you've given me an idea. You know, there's crystals in our computers, there's crystals in our third eye, and there's technology, you know, both the inner technology and the outer technology. So in wrapping up today's session, how about, Jonathan, you doing a clearing for all the crystals in our lives and doing an alignment of them all? Our computers, our inner crystals, in our third eyes, and connecting them to source. Let's put that all in alignment for everybody on the show.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things I always like kind of connecting in with people is just to kind of close their eyes, get a sense. Obviously, if you're driving, don't do that. But in a safe area, close your eyes, get a sense of the edges of your fingers, wiggle your toes, and then also tap into your energetic body. And notice how there is a difference there. And then what you're doing is getting a sense of where your energetic true north is. And then what you're doing is you're asking all of the energetic systems, known and unknown throughout all time, space, and dimensions, to auto-align based on where you are on this current spatial dimensional point that you are. And everywhere that it's out of sync, out of time, that it auto-collaborates or shifts back in. Another thing, too, is also being aware of what you're hitting into your body. So through dowsing or other techniques, get a better sense of what fuel you require to maintain those systems. I've been actually playing more with pH balanced waters, and I've been actually having a far more vivid awarenesses at night, very high production value as I find more water in my system, and kind of clearing everything out too. So everywhere we're not properly fueling our vessel just kind of tapping in and getting a sense of what's required through that, whether it's a detox or a going to see someone for a session. But I say every day, just do an energetic attunement and recalibration. Then you can also ask your guides and your team and to contribute to you and run the process and ask it to be run 24 hours a day, 365, so that it's auto adjusted at any moment. So
Great. So that's a great way to finish off the show today. Thank you for showing up, Jonathan, and thank you, Cynthia, for coming on and helping me demonstrate 4 ways to clear your energy field and to ground any pain or transmute any pain that you're experiencing. Pain is purely optional. It's just your body telling you that there needs to be some adjustments and changes. And that's what disease and disorder is all about. And it all is possible. So allow it to be possible. So thanks, everybody. This is Tyhson Banighen, the Energy Detective, signing off. I hope you have the best week ever, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. So bye for now, and thanks, Jonathan.
thanks for having me.
If you'd like to make a personal appointment with me, you can do so by phoning me, toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464 or 1-866-Dowsing. If you're phoning internationally, it's 1-250-803-2480. Looking forward to getting you from where you are to where you want to be in the shortest amount of time possible. This is Tyhson Banighen, the Energy Detective. Bye for now.